Hey. Welcome to another episode of Politics and Wellness. I am your host, Captivating Christian, and of course, along with the rest of you beautiful folks, let's get started. It has been such a crazy couple of days. I hope you guys have been having an amazing week as we embark on this Christmas holiday. And my things are so tight. Yeah, so let's get started. Hey to everybody in the chat and those of you in the luscious balcony as we get started. Hey, Melissa, how are you, Miss Scott? Let me know when you're ready, sir. So just give me the little good old thumbsies. All right, let's get started because there's so much to talk about.
Good evening, everybody. Hey, Melissa.
And I know everybody is live and doing their own little thing, but that don't stop no shows. Yeah, so much is going on. How was your week, by the way? How was your weekend?
It was nice. It was busy.
Okay, well that's good. Productive. Mine was pretty busy too.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was pretty busy too. I did stay low.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but how low?
Yeah. Apparently not low enough. Apparently not low enough. But I had a good time this weekend. It was nice. I enjoyed myself.
Good.
Yeah, got caught up on the show. We can talk about that later. But yeah, I had a good time. In set place. No names. No names, no cases.
Okay.
Boy, oh boy. So much stuff is going on this
so
week.
Much stuff running through your head.
I'm trying to like wrap my head around
really good.
Everything.
Maybe you got one of those two. Hey, Melissa, he probably got one of those 2:00 in the morning calls.
More like
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. It was definitely needed. Whatever it was. But it was so much stuff going on news-wise that I was just like, oh my gosh. So without further ado, I just want to get started because it is a lot to cover today. All right, so let's do some updates. All right, so where to begin in all the updates? I guess I want to go with my first like oh hell no update, which would be the Justice Department closing the case of Emmett Till. With the statute of limitations of anybody still living being convicted, being completely finished, basically no one's ever going to be charged for that boy's murder, which is ridiculous.
The actual murderers are dead.
Whatever. What happened?
I said the actual murderers are dead.
Right. The actual murder. Well, I mean, I would consider her a murderer too because she lied.
Yeah, she's the accuser. And like I said, like I told you before, if she only had 15 minutes to live,
that's it. I really don't. Yeah, like I would take that. I'd give it, wheel her ass in there on her deathbed, close the door, and let her. I really don't. I mean, I don't see it. Call me one with lack of sympathy, but I just think it's ridiculous. I mean, it just, even with the Ahmaud Arbery case ending and we're waiting for the sentencing of the two people, you kept hearing that the mother said this, my mama said this, my mama said that. And I'm like, here we go again with the white women accusing, running, telling their husbands and sons that, oh, the boogeyman is out there. Oh, he's out there to get us. And they grabbing their guns and pitchforks and ropes and shit, ready to kill anybody they see because of this threat that their mothers and wives and sisters and whatever have seen, in their neighborhoods or around the areas. I was just so over it. So my hope is that the family gets some money for this. I mean, if the Justice Department is going to close it, are they going to give them some funds for
Yeah,
this.
compensate them for
Right.
something.
For something. Yeah. So that needs to happen. That needs to happen ASAP. Um, yeah, that was that. Uh, real quick, the white supremacists came back to Washington D.C. Nothing to really talk about.
In a U-Haul,
Yeah,
and got left.
right. And then had to do the same thing they did the last time when they did it in Philadelphia. It was running to safety. It's just I don't know. I just find it to be a bit much. Not really much on the news front other than let's see. Um, I was reading briefly the article that you just sent me. I was trying to get most of it during they're talking about the connection between the virus and mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never been in a pandemic before. I could say I see the kind of correlation that they're drawing into this. Just because it's a lot to embark on. You just the whole change of life for a lot of people that were not necessarily either many were not treated beforehand and happen to come into something like a pandemic with the issues that they already have and then trying to kind of figure it out. But it also awakened a lot of mental issues in a lot of people because they're secluded. You know, you got alcoholism for some, you have abuse in many situations on the rise, all these different things. So I was really like, wow. I didn't see where it was much of us really taken into that. I saw it was a lot of, they glanced over a lot of stuff. They talked about cardiovascular disease, diabetes, smoking, obesity, many things that we do suffer in our community, but they didn't really focus the article on Black people or people of color. But these are many of the things that we suffer with as far as mental health that goes undiagnosed. Depression being one, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, definitely a big one that we have in a lot of our families. That we keep them locked away in the back, or
I was great. I was going to say I have a friend like that,
right?
And it's one of those deals that he may thinks he's all right, and he feels better, and what he'll do is he'll go off his medication, and you'll have a conversation, and something's off, but you can't convince them that they don't need the medication. Now, you can imagine you're already stressed out, which is going to pull down your immune system anyway. Not on top of all the other medications and cocktails that they're giving them could be suppressing it also.
Yeah, that part is true. That part is true. So, overall, in a nutshell, we definitely need to take better care of ourselves. Our physical health is just as important as our mental health, and we need not to forget that. I mean, I know sometimes we've kind of fashioned ourselves to believe that mental health is a weakness, is something that needs to.
We're not indestructible.
You know, the something that needs to be hidden, something that needs not to be talked about and treated. But it is, and it does. It affects a lot of people. You know, we're not just affecting ourselves when we're going untreated. We are affecting families and generations of families. Because with that going untreated, you know, especially when people have children and, you know, you kind of set the groundwork for a lot of things. And then you pass that on to your children, to your children's children. So it's like, it's time to break the cycle, guys. And we need to definitely be smarter about taking care of both our physical health and our mental health. And by doing that, you know, we don't have to wait around for the man, whomever he or she may be, to implement and do stuff, we can do stuff for ourselves by starting to make the changes for ourselves, which is very important. Hey, everybody. Nice to see you. If I didn't speak, I was just rambling, but happy Tuesday. Hey, Patty Duke. Patty, what's going on?
Patty. Hey, Miss Philadelphia.
Hey, Miss Philadelphia. How
Melissa
are you?
Again. Hey, girl.
And everybody else who I missed in here.
April, how are you?
Hey, what's going on? How are you? Welcome. All right. So, that's what we talked about there. What else we got? Oh, what was her name? Jenna Ryan, who was talking about she shouldn't have to go to jail for her being a part of the insurrection because she's white.
Because she's white.
I mean, delusion at its finest, but not really, because that's really what they think and how they think. Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up, crackhead Willie? What's going on? Hey, Candy Cane, how are you?
Hey, Willie.
I don't know. Like the fact that these people still think this way is ridiculous to me. I mean, I get it,
but the fact that they're actually getting away with this shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I mean. In a nutshell, it's like they really get away with it, and then at the same time when they say it, you're like, really? But they get away with it. They know it. They see it. I mean, I just read a brief article of the white thug, Kyle, the crybaby Rittenhouse, the crybaby with the one eye, talking about him, looking at the jury like, y'all buying it?
Yeah, they bought that shit.
Yeah, right. Of course they did, because they white women and they're looking at their sons like, oh yeah, my son would shoot somebody, but I would feel so bad if he was sitting up there. He was remorseful. What had happened? He talked about he was no longer a fan of LeBron James. I mean, okay, so you said you're no longer a fan of LeBron James, and what, are people going to stop supporting him because you're not a fan? I mean, other than the white racists who really don't support him anyway, as long as he's winning championships, I guess, if they, kind of bet on his team. But I mean, other than that,
they're priming him up to be the poster child.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, so obviously you feel like you have, some oomph behind your name right now, that if you say you no longer support LeBron James, all these, flocks of people are going to support you.
Oh, no, not if he keeps talking. He's falling off script. He's about to fuck up his bag and his cushy job in the government.
Well, he was already, he ran and quickly, I support Black Lives Matter. Yeah, we bet you do.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, that was in the news.
The students at his college, they were protesting.
That wasn't his college. It was
online, but they don't even want him. They don't even want him to come there.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. They don't want his ass there.
Yeah, it wasn't and that was crazy, because I'm thinking like, okay, when you're on the stand, they do all that vetting. So I don't really even understand how the prosecution let that one slip by, because that would have been clearly showing that he was a liar.
First he was a paramedic.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, first he was a paramedic, then he was saying he was a whole student, and come to find out he was taking a class, not a credited class, just a class. Like,
and his lawyers told him to sign up because it looks good.
Wow.
His lawyers told him to do that.
Wow. That's interesting. That's crazy.
No, that's white privilege.
Yeah. And no questions asked. Yet, something happens to us, we could be as innocent as a lamb, and they're digging up all kinds of stuff to validate their murders. Look at Ahmaud Arbery. Look at the list goes on and on. George Floyd, everybody.
That's what, there was a standard. That's always been the standard procedure. First, the physical person is
vilified,
vilified, and then what you do is you kill off the memory.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You change the rules.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
It's just white privilege.
Can't stand it. Anyway, Fox Detroit was talking about insects being in the supply chain.
Oh yeah, when
I thought that was
Oh no, that's you're always allotted a certain amount of insects, especially in grains. But like the churches were getting these boxes, and they were getting flour and beans and things like that, and you would see that a lot in those things because you throw them up there in the plastic bag, you toss them up on the shelf,
right?
A couple of days, a month goes by, and the heat. And you have weevils and stuff, just beetles in your crawling out your cabinets. They run through their whole life cycle right inside that bag. Food is there, they mate there, have the babies, and then it's like I know it's like, but what you could do is take those bags, drop them in the freezer. And make sure you inspect your bags, especially like your rice and things like that, because you can actually see that kind of stuff. But because most people buy shit out the can. Everything's either in the can. It's it's very who the hell knows what to do with 21 beans? But
I mean, people like
this is hard times food. I always call it hard times food. That's what.
Well, yeah, I mean, the canned stuff, of course, is like hard times food, but like
but even like beans and rice and flour and all that.
Right.
I don't know too many people that know how to make anything from scratch. It ain't no such.
Not these generations of people. They don't. You can forget about it. You starve. Okay.
Yeah.
If Chipotle don't stay open or something else don't stay open, you forget about it.
It's a done deal. It's gonna be anarchy, man. We're gonna be killing motherfuckers because they don't know what to do. Shit ain't safe.
Right.
But you have all these containers that are sitting out in the water for almost a month at a time. This stuff is running through a cycle. So a lot of it has to be, once it comes in, it's going to have to be inspected anyway for bugs because, that's just a normal thing coming from these other countries.
Right. And you can imagine how much stuff is actually going to get thrown away or thrown out.
Oh, yeah.
It's too bad.
A whole lot of stuff. But I always figured that they would give them priority. Foods, things like that. They would just automatically give priority to because it does have a shelf life.
Right. I'm curious to know what's the hold up period, though. Like,
what's that?
I'm curious to know what's the hold up period. Why?
Oh, they just don't. They don't have enough people. You don't have enough truck drivers. You don't have enough crane operators. The port.
Yeah.
You can't afford to have a hiccup in it because it's always going to be behind.
Right.
And then depending upon what part of the world it's coming from, you contend with weather conditions and things like that. Speaking of weather conditions, I would never think Hawaii. They were talking about a blizzard in Hawaii.
What? That's well, hell, it was 60 some odd degrees here yesterday.
I know.
Yeah, I was like, goodness gracious. It was almost 70 degrees where I was, and I was like, the hell is going on? But thank God it was not freezing. We'll talk about that later.
Be prepared. Texas.
I know. Texas, get ready.
Texas and Hawaii.
Yeah, you think you're going to get away for the winter? Bring your ass back.
Oh no, it's following you.
Right. Other news too, New York City woman who drove through Black Lives Matter protesters has had her day in court. She injured multiple people. She rejected the sentencing deal that she was going to receive, but of course, again, more white privilege, because these people don't think that what they did is against the law, because they never had to really be held accountable for anything.
And they had her on film. You saw them. People were
plowing
like dominoes.
Just like just. I mean, she was plowing through people. And that brings me even to Florida with Ron DeSantis even allowing a law like that to basically give the green light to people like her to run over people just because you don't like what they're protesting or what they're standing for. I think it's ridiculous. And as politicians, come on, you got to be held accountable to some kind of degree of the things that you spew, because
politicians will be the destruction of this.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because you'll say something like Donald Trump used to always do, say something and then sit back and act like, oh no, I didn't really mean that. But you have to know that somebody, and then too, you have to know that somebody's willing to,
to do
it and
they're already in that mindset.
That's
and all you have to do is put it out there.
That is it. That's
all you have to do.
That's all
now,
you
she's
need
not even down in Florida, but she heard somewhere
that
it's okay that you can plow through people while they're protesting.
And you did it. Look, but the crazy thing about this and what shows it in privilege, like in plain sight, is that she was able to do this in New York City.
Yes.
Manhattan is on lockdown, and it's been on lockdown since like 9/11, pretty much, to where like anywhere near Times Square, it's so much cameras, drones. Try to do something and think you're gonna get away with it. Absolutely not.
No, but they're already making excuses for her.
Right.
They said that she panicked.
Yeah, but that's what they always do.
Well, your ass should have turned at the next street.
That's it. But what made you, plow through people? You know what I'm saying? If you saw them, or even if you turned down the wrong, you just stop, you back up, or like the. And again, I say this all the time, even about certain police officers. And again, not all of them, but when you don't see people that maybe have a different skin color as you, as human, you see them as it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't see them as equal as you do, as you see yourself or someone who looks like you. And that's the problem. And until, we get to that place, this will always be, because there's always people that quickly, everything is, I panicked. Kyle Rittenhouse, he panicked. Well, what brought his little young ass out there? He brought his little young ass out there because he thought he was going to pop some people.
Yeah. Would you say you never panic? You just ran a person over.
Right.
Oh, whew, yes, Lord, I know I felt that many a day.
Right.
But then I think about, I don't want all that shit on my car. That's the first thing.
That too.
It'd be my luck I'd hit them and they would just lose the valves and everything. I'm not cleaning that shit.
Or my car get real fucked up, and I'm like,
oh. Yeah,
and I'd be totally upset about that. So that's crazy. Let's see what else. I think that was pretty much it. Oh no, yeah. So HIV infections rates among gay, bi, Black, and Latino men, gay, straight, whatever, have not gone down in over 10 years. Unlike the other counterparts, their numbers have somewhat dropped since. However, ours have not. And it's so many factors, and not just gay or DL men, it's straight men, it's men in general. We gotta do better. We really gotta do better. Like, we
say no to fucking. Oops, that's a joke. Now that's a fucking joke. I'm lying there.
I mean, get tested. Know your status. Wrap it up. I don't know what to tell, but like, what we have to realize, and I think we always miss it, is that wherever the statistics show where we're kind of falling off by the wayside, they will keep promoting that. By a lot of things, by the artists that we watch and listen to, by and feel bad for Nick Cannon at the moment, who lost his son, but they will promote attitudes like that, to go around and just, this girl's pregnant, that girl's pregnant too, this girl's pregnant. Who's not worried about diseases? How many women is that since you divorced your wife?
Back to back,
right? Most of these things are back to back, and you may have the money to support them, but at the end of the day, there's still a possibility for a disease to be out there. Lord knows how many other women you have had sex with like that
didn't get pregnant.
So it's just really we all need to
know who you're sleeping with.
Right. We need to wake up and do better.
Make them wear a condom. Make them wear a condom. Don't just let them put the tip in. We got whole babies. People just putting tips from people just putting tips in.
Yeah, right.
Just don't. I mean, especially if it's somebody, kind of new.
Right.
You protect yourself.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, I don't. Speaking of,
have some rules for yourself. Things that you do, your protocols.
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's not about, pointing the finger at others and, think you should do this, you should do that, but have some, it's okay to have standards for yourself. You know what I mean? It's okay to have self standards. It's not a bad thing. You're not judging others. You know what I'm saying? You just have certain standards that you're not going to do. Hey, let me see your paperwork before we do anything. Can I see some paperwork? Here's mine. Something. I just think we don't need to always blame the boogeyman for killing us off. We can kill ourselves off too, because once we know what's killing us, if we continue to keep participating in the bullshit, we are helping. So
that was the one thing. You change your habits.
So like we're helping. If we looking around and we see the statistics that, hey, we are dying from hypertension and diabetes and all these other things that are killing us, and we know that the doctors and the pharmaceutical companies are not helping us. They're
going to make a buck off of you.
Right. They're just patching us along and keep us going. Hey, why don't we just, take a break for a little bit, push back from all the bullshit on the table and try something else and try some other things, incorporate more healthier things, and give the rest of that the finger. I
think too, especially people now, when AIDS first blew up, it was horrifying.
Yeah.
It was horrifying. And to see people go down so quickly,
Yeah, like I was a kid.
She was out here snatching these people. And you know what really made it bad? That's how you knew that what you did and your habits got you in trouble. Because you know how you basically have a rule, I'm not going to sleep with my friend's ex or anybody else. And they were just fucking anybody. Anybody was fair game. If you were overage, and even though a lot of them were underage too, because they got preyed upon by these older people, and you could see it, and you just don't see the end results and how bad they were. Between the disease itself and then the horrific medications that they finally put you on, because that shit was burning them out too.
Right.
So you don't have
because again they couldn't afford the actual some of the drugs that the richer gay white folks were getting,
and that was after the government actually recognized.
Right.
Like I've told you often, the R reminds me of that. When they did nothing in the very beginning. Right. So
until it started really affecting them.
Until it started affecting them. Once it hit the blood supply, and they really started panicking, because now we don't know where it's coming from. We don't know who's success. We don't have any way of testing. You have all that,
and we had to get rid of all this blood that we've got from donations, because now it's contaminated, and we can't pinpoint exactly who is the contaminant.
And how can you blame an infant?
That
has had a blood transfusion.
That
you have that type of thing. So change your habits. Really change your habits. Don't just trust anybody.
Right. I don't know. I again, like I say all the time, my prayer is that we we stick it to the man, but we stick it to ourselves too, because we have to be held accountable for some of our actions as well. All right, so now let's get into some lighter news before we talk about some YouTube stuff.
Oh, you don't want to talk about New York City mandate?
What that do? Oh, yeah. Good. I mean, I knew this was I knew this was coming for the private sector jobs at the COVID-19 vaccine for all private sector workers. I knew that was coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that.
Let's see what states are next. Well, you know the Republican ran. They won't do that. But then we got to remember too
that they will do it. But that's the crazy bit about them. They won't do it publicly, but they will do it. They just won't do it publicly because they don't want to be shown as falling in line. But privately, they do it. That's the part that kills me about them. They talk all that, no to the vaccine, but you go down there. I mean, even to the newscasters, you actually go and check their things. They've had the pinch. They got it. So it's like, then what are you saying? You're talking bullshit to the people, and they're sitting back there in their, double wide trailers with no teeth in their mouth, thinking that they're being American by standing up to someone who looks like them, but just because you happen to have a different political affiliation, you're saying, F this, I'm not doing this. It's crazy. It really is crazy. And it's nothing that, people like to give Trump all this credit. No, he just awoken these people who were kind of like walking around here like the Walking Dead zombies until it was like, oh, yeah, we got one of our boys in there. Let's go now. Now, you think you're going to get rid of them? No, you got.
Oh no, because they were disgruntled when Obama got in office.
Right, you got they really got afraid. Green in there. You got the guy who's running, who is a former Ku Klux Klan member, who still promotes Klan people and things and agendas. You got him, going for this seat in Congress in Georgia, who happened to, and that's one of the reasons why that white girl who was going against the Reverend from Ebenezer.
Warnock.
Yeah, Warnock. Well, she lost because she wind up, they wind up having a whole bunch of videos and conversations with this former Ku Klux Klan member. But come on, they're not former. All they have done is take off their white sheets and replace them for guns and badges, doctor's coats, and all these other things that, you sit around them every day and, they may smile on your face, but at the end of the day, they really know what it is.
I mean, and remember too, she also dumped stocks.
Yeah.
During the
during the pandemic, before the outbreak of the pandemic really
and they've done nothing about that either.
Nothing at all. And she's not the only one. A lot of senators,
it was a whole list. A lot of
senators have done it, and there was nothing.
If it was
done.
Martha Stewart, your ass be back in jail again, cooking,
and making stocks. Just ridiculous. Like, I just really can't. I can't. All right. Okay.
Now light stuff.
Now we're on to some lighter stuff. Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett. Now, I was working and listening to Armand earlier, and he was talking about you got to go to the bathhouse at least once. I think everybody has been to a bathhouse. I personally have not been to a bathhouse. I've heard what goes on in bathhouses.
I heard what goes on in them.
I've heard what goes on in them. I have not been to one, but I mean, if he's in the bathhouse and then the two guys in the bathhouse, well, if you ain't gay, what you doing in the bathhouse? Or at least curious or bisexual or trisexual or
they was fucking.
Well, I mean, I know that, but it's just like, well, what are you doing in the bathhouse if that ain't your thing? When
you outside in 0 degree weather.
This is what in Chicago, fucking Chicago.
You was looking for a sub.
But no, he was looking for a sub with extra meat. That's
come to find out that shit probably ain't real anyway, coming from Subway.
No, definitely
you out there. That was the first thing I said. I said, "Oh, that boy was out there." And then I thought, well, he's making up the story. Somebody that caught him out there, figured out who he was,
right,
and whipped his ass.
Right. Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah, he was hungry. He was hungry, paying for a hungry man. How do you handle a hungry man?
He was looking for a Hungry Jack meal. That's what he was looking for.
Yeah, he sure was, and he got him from Nigeria, the motherland.
So yeah,
that one brother, the trainer, he was kind of thick.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, Jesse. Run, Jesse, run. Yeah.
But he might like a challenge, he might like a rough and tough, apparently I've heard that he used to mess with a porn star who does a lot of picking up the boys. That's his thing in these things. So I mean, who knows? But I mean, hey, and I recently heard that Don Lemon is helping his, I guess, legal team or whatever kind of work through some stuff.
Don't mess around and be like Cuomo.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, you know what? I think personally, a lot of the anchors are mad at CNN right now, so they're doing whatever, and like, fire me, because they don't like how that was handled. But I do get it. On one end, that's his brother. Of course, he's going to do what he can to help his brother. But at the end of the day, too, he should have known that in helping his brother, it would jeopardize his job.
He should not. He could help his brother.
Hey, welcome.
But indirectly.
Yeah.
They know enough people.
Yeah.
That I can without even saying anything to you, 6 or 7 degrees separation.
Yeah.
And that's the way it should be. You just don't automatically say, well, I'm going to go and do this.
Right.
Well, that's white man's mentality.
Yeah.
The first thing I is we tell them, don't let nobody know.
Right.
Right.
Keep this on the low.
Right. Yeah. Keep it to yourself. We're not having. I used to do this all the time. We're not having this conversation. Plain and simple.
If additional allegations,
allegations,
maybe, maybe not.
To me, I would think too that with the other allegations, maybe these were things that they were kind of suppressing. It hadn't come to fruition.
Yeah,
there had been mumblings there, so it's like we just have too much going on. We need to go ahead.
But again, I don't know. This is just a part of me that I'm just like, why? Why do we always have to be Democrats always have to be the ones to fold? Excuse me, in situations like this, when these Republicans go around fucking girls, boys, babies, God knows what else, animals, lambs, hogs, mogs, and it'd be okay.
Is that where veal comes from? Young and tender.
Okay. I guess. Right. And it'd be okay. And it'd be no, you get to run for president, you get to do whatever the fuck you want to do. I just don't find it makes no sense to me. Like, it really don't. Like, stand up in it, say, okay, yeah, I groped somebody or I hugged them and they felt inappropriate. Apologize, be a man or woman enough to apologize, because maybe
that's even if they've said anything at that time.
Right.
Because a lot of times they won't say, oh, he groped me, but did you say anything? At the time, like, oh, that was wrong because, motherfucker say real quick, don't be grabbing my ass.
Right. Yeah,
that type of thing.
That's it. But even if you did wait, and then somebody came out and said it, then it's like, okay, then you say at that time, you then apologize. You don't wait and kind of give the kind of smug, like, I'll let the investigation prove that, it's just like, no, apologize and move forward. Whatever you need to do behind the scenes, then do it. But all this, kowtowing and quick to, and we got these other politicians on the other side doing far more notorious stuff. And it's like, I'm going to sit here and ain't nobody going to make me move. And I'm going to still be here. And you got the dude from Florida. Clearly he's guilty for transporting underage women to these different situations. And
he's still walking around up there.
Wait a minute. Marjorie Green.
How do we get here? We're supposed to be going to lighter news.
I don't know.
Let's get back to the fuck shit.
Get back to the fuck shit. So anyway, more fuck shit. So Nick Cannon and his
Jesse Smollett. Can you imagine what Jesse Smollett sound like getting fucked? Because he sounds like a damn goat when he's singing.
He sounds like a goat when he's singing, but I can imagine what he sounds like.
Yeah. And them Nigerians, they like goat.
They like a lot of things.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah. So Nick Cannon showing his little print.
Yeah, shout out to Nick Cannon.
All right.
On the passing of his son.
Yeah, on the passing of his 5-month-old son.
Yeah, that was the actual baby.
Yeah, it was a baby. So yeah, that was tough. But yeah, so everybody's talking about that and its package.
Oh yeah, that was ratings.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah,
because when you're a man, when you become a man of a certain age, it's very seldom you have spontaneous erections like that.
But I mean,
that motherfucker, I was like, well, damn, I was like, I'm sure he has a showrunner, and they told him, Nick, your dick is hard in them tight ass pants.
Right, I can. Right,
all the way down. And you,
a woman, somebody said I can see, your dick, or making that face. Ooh, but I mean, for somebody not to,
they black around there. Well, it depends upon what his showrunner is too. But somebody should have told him. And like I said, that was a shot for ratings.
Yeah, but it's just ridiculous. It's just like, come on.
And then we say shout out to Nick Cannon. Yeah, he was making all the women's and some men's happy.
Right. I mean, if you into that sort of thing. Yeah. I don't know.
Big dicks like that.
I don't know. For me, it don't even look like, I don't know. I don't see it. Like I
first of all, would be uncomfortable as hell.
This is what I'm saying. Like, there's no way you just like la 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 la, and it's just sitting there, and it's not. That's so uncomfortable. Like, that is so.
Look, when you're a kid, you have spontaneous erections. That's why you never wanted to go up to the front board in school. You take a nap. You know what? You take a nap or nod off. And it's like somebody call your name and start you, and goddamn it, you got a full.
You got a whole tent just standing there.
Got a whole tent, but and it's pitched so hard. And it's like, I don't want to get up now. I'll just give me the F. I ain't going up there on that board. I ain't going up there.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really don't. I don't. I don't know if it was something just to show off the reason why he has all these women alleged having, babies by him, that this is the reason. Okay. All right. I mean, whatever. Yeah, but speaking of that, earlier today I was told about something that wasn't me, that was I don't know, but all I know, it wasn't about me. But my thought then was like, who cares? Like, if in fact it was mine, I have it on my own Twitter. We talk about it. If you come here, like, then that's what kills me. Like, thank you. I'm very thankful for the new visitors and new people that come and, hang out with us. And that's all great and good. But for those who like are, day ones that come around that really know, we talk about this type of stuff on the Nightcap. That's what it's for. It's adult conversation. So it's plenty of, if you have access.
That's why you created the Nightcap.
Right, exactly. So like, if you have access to my Twitter or whatever, you see stuff like, oh wow, like I didn't know he was doing that. Like, he always talking, political and like. But yeah, everybody has their side. So
yeah, I'm sure you're really political.
Yeah, right. So when people try to think that they're using something or have something against somebody to be like, oh, there's a picture. There are pictures. There are tons of pictures. Plenty of people could give you a picture. Like, it's not.
You were saying that's pretty much young people's culture. So
exactly. But then it's like, for me, it's different if you could say you've actually experienced it, touched it, any of that. Now we're talking a whole different ball game. But you talking about a picture, please. And most of this is a lot of penis envy going around, okay? Because, I'm just saying.
Yeah, because I even have dick pics, but it's on Polaroid.
I never took one on no damn Polaroid. That's crazy.
That's when you had to send that shit to the shop.
That's crazy, right?
Everybody in the shop usually sees.
Or you was using the disposable camera, and you gotta go pick it up.
Yeah, and you be like this,
right?
Away.
And the person go,
Yes, girl. Polaroid. You be shaking it. That was the best thing.
Shaking it and going like
you
this.
Shake it and wait. Oh, that shit ain't come out right. Sure did.
That's crazy. I've
sure
never
did
done a Polaroid, but that's funny.
And VHS.
Really? Wow.
VHS, yes.
No.
Mm-hmm. No, and I don't know. You know what? I couldn't. I mean, it was somebody else's. It was somebody else's fantasy or whatever. But I was like,
that's a lot of a setup. That's a whole production team.
Yeah, right. Like had right light. Yeah, because the cameras aren't. They're not as sensitive. Nowhere near what you have in your phone.
Yeah.
As far as adjusting and you don't get no 4K. Nope. It was pixely as shit.
Right. You can't be too far back. You can't be too close.
And by the time you do all that shit, it was like a damn. Yeah, I'm like, do we really have? I mean,
but see that brought in the whole amateur.
You say, remember those days? Yep, I sure do. Remember those days. They had to have this big ass tripod that if you had a little room, you had no room for all this shit.
No.
So shit, who hasn't?
I don't know, but yeah. So with other things going on, there's the Heat. Something happened last night in Pizarro's chat, I believe, and Triple Red X, who I was, cool to see back, and Official D Spot went back and forth, and allegedly it was said that Official D Spot, how do I say this?
You just say it. We're grown.
Well, you know how YouTube is. Well, bless the mic of Rico. And I was like,
oh, he's doing the mic check?
That's news. When he went to go pick him up. And I said, oh, that's news.
Oh, he was picking up more than him.
So, I mean, wow. I was like, wow, that's news. And Rico was telling his side, and I was like, oh, God, here we go again. And I was like, you know what? If not for nothing, 2021 has taught me just to sit back and not kind of be the person in the room that kind of grabs the other person and go, hey, brother, you don't want to do that. Hey, you don't want to do that. Because clearly it's because when he was stranded, I was like, I was trying to make my phone calls too to see who was close to him to get him. And it was like, what kind of like, wow, you guys, like, wow. Do you believe it?
I'm sure that there's a clip somewhere.
Well, I don't think there's a clip anywhere, but like people say there's the one side, there's three sides of your story: the first person, the other person, and the truth. Do I believe it? And all I can say is going on past experiences with other people denying being involved with him because they didn't, because of how people look at Rico and think of him as less than, but then it come out that there was some kind of situation. I'm not placing judgment, nor am I like, whatever. I'll wait for the rest of the facts to come out. But the track record have shown, that's all I'm saying, is people have said they haven't done something and with Rico and, come to find out they have. So I don't know.
Well, let's remember one thing. These are grown human beings, full grown.
Yeah, that too, that part of it too, like they are full grown folks. So I don't understand why there's always this thing to like demonize people for just being who they are. Like if it happened, so what? It's almost like you're playing on somebody else to make sure that you are in, you know what I'm saying? Like you make sure, oh no, I didn't do this, or I didn't hang out with this person, so other people won't look at you no type of way. Like if you did it, you did it.
It's like that high school.
Yeah, right. It's like I want to fit in with the cool kids, so I can't say this or I don't hang out with them. It's like no, if you do, you do it. If you don't, you don't. You grown, and if you did it, you did it. If you didn't, you didn't. And the same goes the other way. If the person didn't do it, there's no reason for you to go around saying that the person did it if the person didn't do it.
Yeah, but if you think late 20s to 50 or 60 years old on this bitch, you're a grown ass human being. You know what the hell the deal is.
Yeah, but why lie? But I'm saying, like, why lie about it? Like, if you did it, you did it. If you didn't do it, then don't go around saying that you did. You know, it's a thing about. For me, it's a thing about integrity a little bit. Like nobody's saying that everybody's got to be self-righteous. I mean, we get it. It's a place where, people beef or go back and forth with each other. So we get that part of it. But still have a bit of integrity for yourself to at least say, well, you know what? I'm not going to lie on that brother or that sister about that. I may, tantalize it a little bit because I'm trying to be funny, but I could really come back and say, well, no, that didn't happen. I was just fucking around. You got and just keep it moving. It's like, why create such big?
Yeah, but people don't keep shit to themselves anymore.
Well, that's because the shit that people don't know sells for these folks, and it's that time. And as much as people,
so I guess pretty much everything's
yeah. And as much as people, right, and as much as people, talk about, oh, they don't do it for clicks and views, and they don't need it. They got jobs and this, that, and the other. It's like, but you still entertain it. If somebody comes and tells you something or drops you something, you'll still entertain it. So you're entertaining it for that very reason, because you know that the bullshit will sell or whatever it is will sell. And it's like, with other people thinking that they have something over your head, like I said before, again, it's already out there, but you have to be the person to say,
how is that really holding it over your head?
Well,
they're fucking in the B section.
But people think they do. People think they do have something over your head, and they're waiting for the time to be like, "Oh, I drop it." And it's like
so, well, whatever.
It's out there. I had, you know how many people? Hello, you know what I'm saying? Like, I only didn't create OnlyFans because I didn't want to, like, not because I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but that's a different kind of content that I'd just rather not. It's like, how many times can you beat your own penis? How many times could you do this? It's like,
how many times? Let me count the ways.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you make it different every time? How do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you do that? There's no way. After a while, it's the same old shit. Because I'm not risking my livelihood, my life, going out in public and doing that shit and wind up being arrested for indecent exposure. I'm not doing it. But the people who do it, that's
well, that's some people's kink.
Yeah, I get that, and that's just not mine. And for that, I can stand in there and say, more power to you, brother or sister, but that's just not mine.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? It's not about throwing shade on somebody who does it. It's just that's not for me. But I applaud you for doing it. So I don't know. I think we just need to grow up and like be adult about the shit. And if we did it, we did it. We didn't do it, we didn't do it. But I think people create such a persona about themselves, and again, want to make sure that they fit in instead of just being themselves. Just be you.
Yeah. And know that there is fucking going on.
Yeah, right. I mean,
if you got the money to fly,
I
got the time.
That too. That too. I still
say stuffed taco.
Not stuffed tacos. But I don't know. I just found it to be a bit like, wow. Like, oh, okay. And I get it. People, all that talk of the 9.5. Okay, but there's a lot of people with the 9.5. There's some people that don't have 9.5s either.
But do you know what to do with it?
That's the whole thing.
If you know, you pack him with a punch.
Trust and believe. No tea, no shade to nobody, but it is just plain fact. If you really got a 9.5 and you know what you're doing with it, hey, there's no way you sleeping nowhere that ain't first class.
Yeah, because it should take you places, literally.
Places, beds, comfort places, not just getting by, not as what is the Little Shop of Horrors, down on Skid Row, not Skid Row. That don't take you like if
not
you
on somebody's sofa.
It
should be all accommodating.
All accommodating. Because you make it work for you. Like, oh, if you want this, oh, you paying for it. And I'm not talking about no chops or no pork chop dinner and you sitting up there upset because you ain't getting none. No. No.
Like I said, I'd have packed that shit up and I had lunch the next day.
I just
don't show up for my chops.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm just saying, like, you make it work. Like you make that work, and that's not making that work. That is really just, getting by. How that song go on Good Times, singing above water, like making a wave if you can. That's really what you're doing. Like you just, you're not really. If you're gonna promote it and put it out there, then utilize it. Don't promote it, put it out there, and then it's not looking like what it should be given. Because if you're gonna put it out there like that, then really make it work, and really make these people feel a way about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you doing this for free, showing your sweaty butt crack and shit like it's funny, but it's not funny if it's not elevating you to a different place.
If your ass ain't taking you first class, what's the point of having one? Make it work. Make it do what it do.
Yeah, I mean, really, like you chilling at the bottom of the barrel with the bottom of the barrel folks. You know what I'm saying? Thinking you're really doing something. You're not doing nothing.
Not doing nothing.
You're not doing a damn thing. So,
you had the potential.
You're right, but then that's the thing. Then you feel some type of way about allowing the people to utilize. You sure can, Fest Paint. You give the people power to utilize against you what you're doing, and then you get upset. Don't get upset about it. Elevate it. If you feel some type of way about it, elevate it. I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah.
Don't feel no type of way about what these mofos are saying about you. They're gonna keep talking about you.
Oh yeah, regardless,
whether it's good or bad, they're gonna keep talking about you. Well, hell, then make it good. Make it good. I can't. I don't see it.
Yeah,
I don't see it. I feel like you're wasting your time.
You're right. He should have started at OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Because it is not a stigma, especially for men. It has never been a stigma.
Hell, there's content creators that got it.
Yeah, I agree. It's content, and some of you will be surprised, and some of you won't. Just head on over to Twitter.
Yes, you can ask your question. But yeah, I mean it's ridiculous. It's like, come on, make it work for you. Make it work for you. Make these people eat their words. Make them angry every time they talk about you. Yeah, I mean, I got that too. I got a little whiff of that, and I'm just like,
it's the holidays.
Yeah, right. But I'm like,
that's all it is. It started November 1st. The shit,
right.
The shit really just amped up. If you really paid attention to everything that was going on, it really started amping up.
The truth of the matter is, too, though, people try to utilize, and for me, and maybe I'm wrong, so correct me. And I have no problem with that. But people have an issue with people being messy and just people like doing stuff that is different from whatever. Like being messy is all that shit going behind the scenes, being the person to kind of be the puppet master to make people do certain shit and have people information, and you sitting back like and sending messages to the people while they're on air, that's messy. That's messy. The same, and excuse me, y'all, but the same dick pics that people claim that they may have or may not have, I don't know, but it's the same shit that's on my Twitter. It's the same shit that's in my own fucking phone. Same shit that plenty of people have seen. But have you had it is the question.
Now what the ladies and some gentlemen want to know is, will you be holding a raffle for that password?
Maybe. But have you had it? Because have you had it, then we can have a whole different conversation than if you just looked at it in a video or whatever. Because that's the issue. And I'm not that type of person. So you're not gonna get me on you exposing, then I'm going to expose you and go, well, you sent me this, you did this. I'm not doing that because I'm far more grown than that to do that. But just note that if you think that, and this goes for anybody, if you think that I just sent pictures or video to someone and they ain't send me shit first, you's a fucking fool and you don't know nothing about me at all.
Like I told you, it sounded like somebody was scorned.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like, you're so determined. You're so determined to prove yourself right about whatever you've said that you will move the ends of the earth. Let it go, goddammit. Let it go. I'm not that person. You're going to kill yourself trying to prove that I am some person that I'm not. Now, granted, again, I know myself enough to know that sometimes the delivery can be taken wrong. Because if I feel it, I'm just going to say it. I don't have time to be like, oh, well, let me think about how you're going to feel about it. No, because my concern is making sure shit is, hey, this is how the boat's moving. And then later, if you feel some type of way about how it's rocking, maybe we could talk about it. But at the moment, I just need to fix the boat. That's it. Thing is about fixing the boat. So then I don't understand. And it's like people throw your name out there and it's like, oh, they're not talking about you. But why throw somebody's name out there to then have people go? And I get that's what people do or whatever. It's like throw the name out there. But I mean, I'm not ugly, so of course people have said, hey, hey, like I'm single. Shit, there's no ring on these fingers.
And so, obviously, you're proud of your dick. You take so many pictures of it.
Right. I mean, so my own mother went through my phone one time looking at a picture and was like, oh my God, that's so gross. I was like, well, it's my phone. You shouldn't have went through it. I told you to look at that picture.
You told your mom, well, you gave it to me, you and Dad.
Right. Right. But I just don't. I don't follow that motif. Like, you could never shame me about something that I've done. Trust and believe. And first and foremost, so we're very clear, even though this is not a nightcap, I'm an ass man. So let that sink in. To all of you who think you got something, trust and believe. If they got it, know what they had to show to get it.
Yeah, and that should have been the main thing. What did you show?
This is what I'm saying. Because if you really think I'm just going around going, hey, here you, just handing out pics. A fucking fool. You was a fucking fool.
Well, what I think it is too is the fact that you do politics and wellness, and that is just so fucking boring. They're not. They
don't have to be.
And they don't. And they aren't familiar. They're not familiar with the nightcap. So come on over to the nightcap.
Right, and then understand. It would all make sense. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. It would all make sense to you. And if it's boring for you, it's not for you, and that's fine. Like, you're not gonna make me. Like, and that's the thing about a lot of these people. They feel like they're gonna make me do something or be something that I'm just not gonna do. I'll address people as I feel like addressing them, and I won't address people and situations that I don't feel need to be addressed. And that's just period. I'm not built like the rest of these bad body built potato sack.
You're nicer than what I was thinking. So
I mean, I'm not built like that. Like, it really don't make no sense. I didn't grow up with low self-esteem and being teased out of my ass. Because why? Because I had a mouth on me. So it depends. Like, if you went too far, I made you cry, and I had no qualms about it. So I didn't grow up with, being teased and all that other type shit to where in which I became an adult, got in front of a computer screen and could twiddle my fingers. And now all of a sudden I think I'm big shit because I can make fun of people.
Yeah.
And yet I'm still grown and ugly and all these other type of things. It's just like, it don't make sense. It's not adding up.
Pretty much what they do over here.
It's not adding up. It shows that you were a child that got teased and ridiculed for whatever reason. And now all of a sudden you feel like you're the big person on campus, literally and figuratively, and you could say and do whatever the fuck you want to do to people. And it's okay. It's not okay. You look ridiculous. You really do. But since nobody's going to tell you that, you're going to keep doing it. To the detriment of yourself, because eventually somebody's going to say, you know what, fuck this shit. Say something else.
Yeah, we got a lot of unstable.
That's it. That's it. So, it's like, at the end of the day, I'm grown. I'm grown. I'm not a kid. I may look kiddish, but I do have some gray hairs, and you know what I'm saying? And that runs in the family. I didn't have a troubled life. I didn't have a troubled life. I'm sorry. My mama loved me. My stepdad loved me. I didn't live with my biological father. Didn't know him till later on in life, and I still don't really know him like that. So I mean, I can assume he felt some type of way. But do I care? Hell no, I don't care. It didn't make me or break me, because I had a mother who showed me, hey, this is the type of man I want you to be in the world. That's it. She didn't have to be a man to show me that. She just, from her own examples, from the men that she dealt with, said, you know what? I don't want you to be that. I want you to be this. That's it. And that's how I lived my life. Now, if it's preachy or if it's making people feel some type of way, hey, that's you. That's your life. Can't knock it, but I'm not, I ain't going to apologize or dim myself down so it don't make you feel some type of way. I could give a goddamn less. So at the end of the day, if you watched the nightcap, if you came over to the nightcap to watch, we still have some episodes up. You can see that we talk about this type of stuff all the time. So pictures and videos and all that type of stuff that you think you may have or somebody done sent you, child, please.
I know, and we have Antonio in his toy box.
And his toy box.
Woo!
Toy box. Please, I've had people showing up at my house butt naked or get in my bed butt naked for no reason and be like, where's your clothes and what happened to them so fast? So
you gotta remember too, we're all human. We all do all sorts of stuff.
Nobody's ever sitting up here acting like and that's the thing. For you to think that I sit up here and act like I've been judging or judgmental to people, that says a lot. That says a lot about. Right, that says a lot about you. My whole concern is that sometimes we need to just take it back a bit. Everything don't need to be exposed. Everything don't need to be talked about. Sometimes, even as men, gay or straight or whatever, I just feel like we need to step back. You don't always need to it don't always need to be that. Sometimes if you step back, take a minute and breathe, it don't have to escalate to certain places. Because at the end of the day, we're sitting behind a screen. Because if you was really about that, you would close it and go see that person. But the fact that you open up your screen, you respond, I respond, you respond, that's bullshit. That's too much. That's too much of this. Because if you're really about it, close it and go handle it. But you're not going to do that.
And have that same energy.
You're not going to do that. So then what are you doing? Looking stupid. Just back up. Back the hell up. So, I just, it's like whatever. It's like whatever. So
I tell you, man.
Yeah, but it's like you can't even support people and just watch from afar and say, hey, you know what, brother, don't do that. Or you know what, don't do this. It's always, somebody's got to put you in something. And then it's, I told you it was messy. Why? Because I was trying to stop people from being destructive. If I could help it, instead of watching it, like, ooh, you look at them motherfuckers go at it. I knew it. What? Come on. Even though we watch it, we don't got to always watch everything about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't always have to watch the most nastiest, disgusting parts about it. The joking, the roasting, that's natural. I find that enjoyable. But when we start going places that is unnecessary, what the fuck for? We're grown. You look stupid. Grown ass person, you going hard. But you can't go hard at a job. Only thing you work is your mouth. Because everything else don't work. This is what I'm saying. You carrying around nudes. Thank you, Patty Duke. It really is. It's nothing sexy about that. That even if somebody sent it to you, trust and believe. Ask the question, how did that person get it? How did it get it? And if you think you just wiped away your Instagram after you kept it, okay. Okay. You could think that if you want to. Because I already knew who I was dealing. That's the thing. When you know who you're dealing with, when you know the opponents of the game, you know how to handle it.
Learn how to play the game.
That's it. And that's what I don't understand about these people. Y'all may think I don't know these. I know exactly. You don't see me in everybody's chat. Yeah, you do. If you don't, I'm up in well, I don't call it balcony because I don't know what it is, but I don't do bushes. But I'm bushes, I'm around hedges, somewhere.
Closets.
I know what these people do.
Trunks.
Right. So it's like when you're doing stuff, I know what you do. So if you think you just came on to be like, hey, everything was gonna be, and I was just free flowing, not thinking, you might be up to something. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, Pink, you're right. Some of that stuff they talk about shit from 3 or 4 years ago that continuously pops up. It's like they're really digging for stuff.
Cause they keep on.
And they keep, like she said, recycling. Recycle crap like over and over again.
You keep on. First of all, no one ever said, I've never came on here and said, well, I'm a wholesome Christian man. That's my fucking name. That's my name. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like it has nothing to do with my religious beliefs. I believe a lot of things. And white Jesus ain't one of them. But I just don't, it's just like, no, I just try to be different. I mean, I don't even try to be different. I am different, but I just, it's like everything don't have to be an argument. Everything don't have to be exposure. We could have some self-control. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you realize and you took a moment to just sit back and go, who is really watching this making the most money off of your ridiculousness? It ain't you. It's the white corporate motherfuckers that's sitting up there watching you act a whole plumb fool, and all them people watch you act the fool, and they all going, "Oh, look at this! It is debaucherous, but it's great. Oh my god!"
Mm-hmm. And look at those numbers. That's right.
Yeah, we sitting over here getting popped daily by racist police officers, black and white, food shortages, killed off by medical professionals, all this other shit happening. And we can't talk about that, but we can sit here and talk about the bullshit about somebody's dick pic slinging around. I'm sorry if you got a little dick. It's not my problem.
You better have some other skills.
That's it. You better either back it up or suck it up. Something. You better do something. I know I'm not going to be walking around slinging my pants out, but do I feel some type of way about it? No, I don't even think it's big, to be honest with you, but I've been told. And hey, it is what it is. Thank you. But again, everybody ain't got it. Everybody has not getting it. You may have seen it, maybe. And if you have, count yourself lucky. Trust it.
Just tell them, Yeah, you know you're a pretty dick motherfucker.
Right. I mean, I'm right. I mean, hey, I'm a double negative. I'm pretty and I'm a pretty dick motherfucker. So it just don't make no sense. And it makes people angry. And that's okay. That's okay if it makes you angry. I can't help it that you look like a milk dud. I can't help it that you're unattractive. It's not my problem. It's not my problem at all. But to go, but I mean, because the stupid thing, the reality of it all, is that if you do expose it, it ain't gonna do nothing but bring more people. So if you were trying to do the opposite, you're gonna fail, and you failed every time.
You didn't bring out a blurred picture like I told you to.
No, I didn't have time. I just got off work, so I was just.
Oh yeah, shit.
I really.
It's not
even blur. It really is nothing to blur. It's like,
I mean, well, if you had to blur if it was that close, you had to blur half the damn screen.
Right, it would just be the whole screen be blurred. To be honest with you, it'd be like, well, what are you showing me? So I'd rather just it don't make no sense. It's pointless. Yeah, I mean they do. They try the hardest, and it's like, what are you accomplishing? What are you accomplishing?
Let's see.
Accomplishing nothing at the end of the day. What are you accomplishing? What is that? Oh, well, I'm unsubscribed to him because I thought, he wasn't like that. Well, I'm not like that on this broadcast because this is a different type of element. The nightcap is different.
Yeah, but that's what they just associate you with. That's why they come.
And I understand, and I get that. But then that's a misstep on get to know me first before you go judging or before you allow somebody else to say, "Oh, he's messy. I dislike him for XYZ." And they as hell don't know me, but because you trust them, you following them. Come on, what kind of shit is we doing?
Yeah, but too. It just shows you as being another player.
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? I'm sorry you got trashed by all the people that you liked that didn't like you back and happened to be handsome or whatever. And you've had this vitriol for anybody that looked pretty, handsome, or whatever, because they all act the same. Newsflash for you, not everybody's the fucking same. I am the most humblest person ever. If you got to know me, you'd realize, oh, he's really cool, because I'm not that way. Just don't piss me off, and then maybe you won't see that side of me that's like, fuck off. But
like I still said, somebody scorned.
Yeah, like hard.
And you thought women were bad?
Scorn a gay man and make him feel like, oh my God, I will never.
You better watch out. They've been and killed your damn rabbit and shit.
Please, don't nobody care. At the end of the day, it's not even that serious. And the fact that
but to them it is.
Yeah, well, I mean,
for them to harbor those feelings and to bring these things up.
The fact that you keep proving that over and over again, and it's always something, and it's always something, and it's always something, that you have these actual, people doing biddings, and to be like, okay, cool. Well, it's like, all right, well, if we were gonna drop some pictures, trust I got pictures to drop too. But again, I'm not gonna do that because that's not how I roll. So, but if I happen to open up a different platform, then maybe you might see some. But on here, no, I'm not doing that. Not doing that.
Yes, men are emotional creatures.
Extremely.
The emotions run in the background. The faces may never change.
And especially
but let it be known.
Especially if they ain't getting none. I tell you that. If they ain't getting none, emotions are high. The emotions are high.
Moody motherfuckers.
We are
moody motherfuckers.
Every time they see you, they can't stand you because they ain't getting none. It's not my problem. Not my problem. They got plenty of toys, dildos, and things. I got a best friend. He's like my little brother. He has a whole box, plethora of toys and gadgets you could choose from. And I wish you would come by the nightcap so you can get some, so you could stop this fucking shit because it's annoying.
No, at least ask him ask him what would be good. He pull out the box.
Yeah, I mean, the fuck. Like, get over yourselves. Like, I really don't understand, like, what it is. I'm fucking grown. If I wanted to sling my single dick around and show it to everybody, that's my fucking business. Male or female, it's my fucking business. I don't care. Well, you mad because I didn't show it to you?
They want the password. I keep telling you. We're going to hold the raffle on Christmas Eve.
But that's what it is. I didn't show it to you. I didn't show it to you. I didn't tell you. I didn't get the blessing from you. I don't need your fucking blessing. I clicked this shit on and started my own shit on. I just ran into people and was like, oh, okay, y'all are cool. But no, it wasn't like, hey, come over here. Let me show you how to do this and do that. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Because last time I checked, wasn't nobody really doing intros till I started doing them. I'm just saying.
Yeah, too bad you can't patent all that shit that you come up with.
Huh?
Too bad you can't patent that shit.
I know, right?
All the stuff that you come up with.
Yeah.
Because you see it everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, you see, and especially in this sector anyway.
Mm-hmm. And then that's what I'm saying. Like, I watched the people before, and it was like, oh, you weren't doing that before.
Yeah, and you can see right when the change, because you can always go back to the videos. You always see the change.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, that's it. I think I'm done. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ron P.
Yeah. Well, I know things get crazy around the holidays, and I expect that. But for me, it's like,
I told you, holiday skeet rag.
Beef with people or go at people that go at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that person ain't going at you, like, yo, leave that person alone. No matter how much you despise them, leave them alone.
What would they actually talk about if they didn't have any beefs going on?
But they got plenty of people amongst themselves to beef with. Like,
but if they didn't beef at all, what would they? What would they have? Absolutely nothing.
I mean, they can talk about boring shows that they talk about that people don't watch.
I mean, besides shows and and that's pretty much it. The shows, I don't see them doing hobbies or other interests or nothing like that. It's pretty much just beefing.
Yeah, I get that. Cap, you and Rebel should do a holiday special.
And a peen pick.
That sounds like fun. Yeah, I know. Where Rebel been? I miss Rebel. What's he doing?
He hiding out.
Right.
Lynn T, over here we don't say peens, we say dick.
Right. Yeah, but I just really don't. I don't get it. And I've said this way on early before all this even came out. When I think somebody else and I was talking about it, and I was like, I don't feel no type of way about it. If it do, it do. I'm not ashamed of it. I mean, other people walking around with little ass penises. It's just like, okay, and
I mean, let's be realistic. If you put it up on Twitter,
right? This is what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. If it's up on Twitter, then why fucking am I feeling some type of way about somebody going, "Ooh, I have pictures of captivating Christian." Like, okay, them same pictures is all over everything else on my Twitter. The same ones. So you're not special. If you thought you were special, sorry. But the same one you got is the same one that's on my Twitter.
That damn Lynn T cracked me up. Well, I see you say cannon after the day, don't
you? Right.
I still say there was a ratings grab.
Yeah.
Definitely was a ratings
grab. First of all, it looked too far from the base. It just looked high.
No, it was like that motherfucker was hard. Why would you be that hard and come out on the show?
It just didn't look.
He could have let the comedian open up or something extra 5 minutes to regain his composure.
I mean, I don't know. Take a cold bath or something. I mean, but basically that's what it is. It's like, nice try, but cool, nice try.
Yeah. Just keep digging. It seems to me just keep digging.
Try again. Dig for something else.
We're trying to find something that sticks.
Yeah, dig for something else. Dig for something else.
I'm glad you said dig for something else. You said dick for something else.
Yeah, that too. Dig for something else. Yeah, that's a good one. Because that ain't it. That ain't it at all. That ain't it. Now when you got people over there busting assholes wide open, you're like, okay. Okay. So you went and you snapshotted some pictures. You don't think I got other ones of you too? Come on, y'all. Like, be smart. Be smart. Because if you didn't think,
if y'all really want to show something, let's say, whose rosebud is that?
Right, right. Name this ass cheek. Guess this ass cheek.
Name that hemorrhoid. Who does that belong to?
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, immature as hell. It just really is. It really is. Just straight immature, clearly. And I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I don't even see it. So, but thank you to the individuals who try to give me a heads up this morning about what was possibly rumored around the streets about me. I do appreciate it, but at the end of the day, listen, if I couldn't stand in what I done as an adult, then I don't need to be doing it. Clearly, I stand in it. It wasn't no big deal. Like I said, it'd be different if the person said, "No, I had it and it XYZ," and I could look at the person and go, "Well, oh yeah, maybe they got a point." But somebody just looking at it, that's like window shopping, bitch. You can't afford to buy it. You just walking by it. That's that's all that it is. So keep on walking. Keep on walking. I mean, you know, I wish that I was that person for you, but I would never be. I'm sorry. We don't have the same interests.
Always something out of the weekend.
You know, just when it's nothing, it's like it's nothing. It's no reason. You know what I'm saying? But you know what it is? It's a lot of people that watch kind of lightly, that speak highly. That's what it is. It's the murmurs of the people speaking, which I appreciate. But that's what's irritating. It's the murmurs of the people because they're constantly going, "Oh no, oh no, he's so, oh no, I like it." And
your reputation precedes itself.
Right.
That's why every time something comes up, it's like it just falls by the way. You address it, right? It falls by the wayside.
But that's my point. It's just like, what are you trying to prove? You can't prove something that is real. If I'm real, then it is real. You just got to take it for what it is. Granted, everybody has their moments, but like as far as how I carry myself as a man, this is what it is. It's no sugarcoating. If I feel some type of way about it, I'm going to speak on it. If I feel like, hey, we don't need to be doing this right now, I'm going to be the grown person and go, hey, we don't need to be doing this right now. My brother, my oldest brother, calls me the big little brother because he already knows that if it really comes down to me, like putting my small foot down, I will do it without and not feel nothing about nobody's problems or how they feel about whatever. We'll talk about that later, but right now we need to handle business. And that's just how I am. So, you know, granted, consider yourself flattered if I felt the need to reach out to you and say, hey, step back, or hey, don't do that, or hey, could you go do this? Could you go do this? This person should I do it? Yeah, sure, please. You know, whatever. People appreciate it. Whatever. Feel yourself honored to do that. That I felt the need to reach out to you towards doing whatever. Other than that, y'all could save this shit because this shit is whack as hell. Like, you're not holding nothing over my head. I got far more shit over other people that I choose not to go back and forth with because it's unnecessary. It's childish. Because wasn't nobody thinking about all that bullshit when they was doing it. That's all I'm saying. So if they came and ran to you and said, "Oh, look what I have. Here you go," and laid it at your feet, and you feel like, "Oh, I finally got something to take them down," keep trying.
No, all you say is, "Yeah, that's a pretty dick, motherfucker."
Right.
Hey, TC, how you doing?
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm sorry. When the last time you seen yours? I mean, I don't know. Like, come on.
No, when was the last time somebody told you it was pretty?
In or without makeup?
You dumb.
Yeah, it is the cancer. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn T. Goodness gracious. This is what I'm saying. This is why you need people that understand how you roll. Because it's like when it's about business, it's about business. This is not, like that is. And when I feel the need to settle down and be with that person, all the other stuff will go by the wayside. But it's like, yeah, I'm single as hell.
Like I say, you're a single man. Like, you're a single young man. So
slightly.
What? No, you're only as young as you feel. Believe
me,
right,
that actually part works. Is true.
That actually works. But you're a single young man. I would not expect anything different.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand. Like I'm trying to wait for the wait, you shouldn't have done that. I'm single. I'm single. Like, granted, other people may not be doing it because they feel the need to, they don't, whatever. And that's their business. And more power to them. But it's just not me right now. So whatever it is, if it's me slinging my dick around the YouTube streets, then it's slinging around. And be careful you don't get hit with it. That's all I can say is duck, bitch, duck. That's all I can say. Duck, bitch, duck. So you don't get hit in the face with
it. Just remember, here at Cap Hill, we say dick. We don't play.
No, because I ain't got no ping. Ping is for little dick motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Ping. I got a ping. I was showing ping. He was showing ping. That means the shit was little. No. When it's big,
we swinging dicks here.
Right. We don't sling no pings. I don't even know what a ping is.
That's a sound. That's a little sound, right?
Yeah, right. What is that? Oh, we say cannon. No, we don't.
You say cannon.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like y'all. Like they trip me out with this, kind of shaming people.
I'll be glad when the new year comes.
Yeah, like shaming people for stuff. Like you can't shame somebody who's walking in their own shit.
That's right, Melissa. Dick is the password.
Right.
Oh, and speaking of Melissa, don't be letting them men's call you up 2:00 in the morning. That's a hobosexual. He looking for a place to stay in them cold ass woods up there. Right. That's what that was.
In that Ohio.
Up there, that hawk up there.
Hey.
Have him knocking at your door if you ain't careful.
Right. Trying to get some of that good heat.
Yeah, he probably trying to find somebody.
Right. This is hobo season. That's what this is. Right. This is hobo season.
And that goes for all of y'all. These hobosexuals are out here.
They are.
'Tis the season.
Looking
that
for
motherfucker come to your house with his PlayStation, his Xbox. You know that's what he is.
Yeah. What'd he say? Big Wilson kept trying to mention you from last night and today. Like ain't nobody even. Dust next.
22 degrees. Yep.
But that's all it is. But that's my issue. Is always trying to kind of throw it out there, and that's my thing. And that's how I feel about content creators having a responsibility. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like once you put it out there and put it like that, then you're basically saying you agree with. You know what I'm saying? You agree with.
You have the option not to mention.
You're promoting it because you have the option not to hit it, not to clink it. You have the option to see it, read it, and go, no, I ain't gonna do that. But when you do this,
Or I'll make mention to the person that it's about.
You down for it. You down for it. And if it is that way, so the fuck what? Who's gonna chastise me? Bitch, I'm grown. With a grown dick.
Oh, see, that's the way you're supposed to say it. No, you're supposed to say, I'm a grown motherfucker with a grown ass dick. or in Lindy's case, with a grown ass cannon.
I mean, it can be a cannon. It can be a cannon now. Ain't no lie. It can be a cannon. You get to someone who has a friend that doesn't want to seek therapy or help. Who doesn't want to seek therapy or help? I think it's important. I really do. I mean, as a friend, if you're really going to be a friend, I think it's definitely important that you help them find professional help, because there's no self-help you can do that will change anyone, because there's steps to
you have to make them aware that there's something actually wrong. You have to point some things out to them, right? That you may bring up the example of you wouldn't do this, but why are you doing this now,
right? Like,
or why is it every time such and such happens you get upset?
Right.
The first thing you do is say, if it's drugs or alcohol, why do you go and get a drink?
Right.
You have to make them aware, because they think it's perfectly normal.
Right. Yeah.
That their behavior has changed. And I always tell them, go talk to a third. Yeah. Go talk to a third person that doesn't know you. And can't judge you. Right. Don't go to a family member. Go to somebody.
Go to a friend.
You have all these free clinics and things like that. Go talk to a third.
Yeah, really, it's definitely important. But that's what I would say.
Mm-hmm. Because it's hard. It's hard to get somebody to come to the realization that you're actually sick. You're not acting rational. Let me see.
Oh yeah, I know that, Fresh Paint. Thank you so much. I know that though, but it irritates some of them because they want so bad.
It's been going on for weeks now. My ass is tired. That's why I unplug. I keep telling you, I unplug this shit. I'll be like, later. And I snatch them fucking cords out the wall.
Because they kept trying to tell Jay Wilson it wasn't you, but he was talking about in the chat. I know. I understand. I get it. And I'm not mad at anybody, but still my point is exactly what it is. Like, even if it was, so the fuck what? So the fuck what? I can't help it that you ain't getting none, or that your peen got exposed and it's a peen. I'll wait.
It wasn't a dick?
No, it wasn't a dick. Allegedly. I don't know. I ain't seen it. But I'm just saying, from all the roundness, how could you have
this is a lot of dick talk for the holidays.
It is, because
Merry Christmas, everybody.
It's about the trees. It's about the trees. Ho ho ho. It's about ho ho ho.
What you tell me? It's the season of giving, nigga.
Season of giving and slinging. It's the season of slinging. Ho ho ho. But yeah, no. In all seriousness, yeah. I don't know what it's about. I mean, it's like throwing it out there without throwing it out there. I mean, it's whatever. I don't feel no type of way. You know what it is? I think that people think I am this wholesome goody two shoes and all that because of what I give.
And they always come gunning for you.
Yeah, it's for what I give. And
Merry Dickmas, Chris. Pink.
Right, Merry Dickmas. All right, Pink. Merry Dickmas. And they want to kind of tarnish that, but it's really not it's not an act I give, and it's not even a thing to in which I got to make sure I am this way. I am really just being me. What you see is really just
they try to poke a hole in your facade.
Yeah, give or take. I mean, give or take me telling all my business, really. It really is me. If you really knew me, you would be like, oh, he's really pretty much the same. I'm far more of an asshole in like real life than I am on here because, of course, I'm talking about politics mainly. So, whatever. But it's like if you really was to really be around me, you'd be like, oh yeah, he fits right in this bullshit. Because if somebody said something, he would really crack off on them. But it's sometimes you're not worth it, and when you're not worth it, you're not worth it. And there ain't nothing you're gonna do to make you feel worth it. You're just not worth it to me. Yeah, and I mean, I get it. It is what it is. Yeah, I know the trolls are out there too, and that's perfectly fine. It is
Merry Dickmas to you too.
And Merry Dickmas to the trolls, and I get it. But what the reality is, every troll ain't a troll. Okay, the reality is some of these trolls are content creators, and that's just plain facts. So they hide themselves in a troll, but they really be the content creators or the people that may have been involved. And so they don't put their stuff out there to tarnish their own name. They'll throw the shit out that they already know in a troll. That way it's out there. Because I mean, most of the stuff is like, okay, you wouldn't know that unless somebody told you. So you have to be that person. And that's where they expose themselves. Because me, personally, I don't go around telling everybody my business. There's only a few people that know. So if it got out, trust and believe, I know one of you motherfuckers said it. And that's just it. Point blank, period. I don't care how you dice it up and slice it up. One of you motherfuckers said it. Period. Point blank.
Like I've always said, your worst enemy is sometimes your best friend.
Yeah.
Because they know all your weaknesses, they know all your secrets, because you confide in each other.
That's it. So I make sure that part of me is very small, and not because I don't trust nobody. That's not the thing. That's what I do. I give you the trust. Now, if I take it back from you, that just like, okay, I got you. But I'll give it to you to watch you hang yourself if you choose to. If you don't, then be cool. But if you do hang yourself, you hang yourself. Bitch, and it's just a motherfucking funeral. That's all. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah. But real quick, other than that, yeah, because it's getting down to my 2-hour business. There was this movie on Netflix, not a movie, but a series called In the Dark. You got to watch it. I just finished it. It's good. It's good. I was yelling at the TV, but I finished it, so it's good. So In the Dark is the next one to watch. Don't blame me when you start watching it and you already don't watch the whole thing because you stayed up all night. Don't blame me. It happened. I even had my friend watching it, and I was like, God damn, I'm sorry. It's all right. Because once I started watching it, we was watching it. And he's like, the fat girl found it. He's just going telling me all types of shit. And I was like, okay, I didn't know you were still watching it. But yeah, it's really that good. So it'll make you watch it. I will wait till the weekend. Yeah, definitely wait till the weekend, Lynn T. If you can. If you can wait till the weekend, if you can watch like an episode or two now, you could do it because it's really that good.
Yeah, TC, we talked about Jesse.
Yeah, we talked about Jesse. Yeah, you got to rewind it back. But yeah, yeah.
Subway sandwiches, 30 below weather.
Yeah. Yeah, he was looking for a Subway, all right.
Yeah.
He was looking for a Subway because he was the tunnel. Okay. He was the tunnel. He was looking for a train. Choo. All right.
And I always said too, I was like, that boy, he cloud chasing.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for bringing that up. That's one thing that I really want to like squash wholeheartedly. No one can be clout chasing if you mention their name. They're not clout chasing if they're responding to you mentioning them. Because it doesn't make any sense to me that people all go, oh, they're clout chasing off of me, clout chasing off of me. Bitch, if you didn't mention my name, I wouldn't be clout chasing off of you. So I don't understand. Make it make sense. Talk to me when you got some sense. Because right now you sound stupid. Clout chasing. And the person sitting over here minding their business, not mentioning your name, but then all of a sudden their name comes out in your mouth and tell me, oh, they're just clout chasing. Who the fuck is clout chasing? Thank you I have enough clout to even chase, but thank you. Appreciate it. And thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disregard your super chat, but thank you. Yeah, just crazy. That's all I wanted to say. I just really wanted to get that out because that was boiling in my spirit since this morning. I was like, these niggas always talking about something. He's cloud chasing. He's cloud chasing. Everybody cloud chase. Bitch, if I don't mention you, I'm not cloud chasing. But if you mention me, doesn't that mean you're cloud chasing off of me? Then if I respond to you, I can't be cloud chasing because you mentioned me, bitch. All right. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, basically, that's pretty much what we said. You ain't missed too much. We basically just said that he was looking for Subway because he was the tunnel.
Yeah, he got Nigerian Subway.
and them Nigerians act like, of course, when the shit came out, we not a gay. So they, trying to fix it up. But yeah, they knew what it was. They knew.
Oh yeah, they knew what it was.
And they was down. They was down for whatever it was.
Oh, they sure was.
But I'm thinking people started to notice who he was, and so then they tried to, kind of change it up a bit. And do I think a little bit had to do with whatever was going on with Fox and Lee Daniels? He has a history of not kind of being, on the up and up when it comes to like paying people and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, it seems like every project he works on is always
there's always an issue, right? There's always and it involves him in a sense. So I mean, if it walked like a duck, bitch, it's a duck. I mean,
Jesse's case.
It's a sheep.
No, Ashley was like,
yeah, that was
yeah. I wonder if he's Ram tough though. But anyway,
not Ram tough.
He was probably rammed tough.
Right? Yeah, that too. Talking about Billy Go Gruff. People should take note. I don't know what symbol is that. I can't.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Oh, that's bullshit.
On YouTube when it comes out.
Yeah. I mean, like, first of all, what you kind of ooh, that's sexy. Ooh, I wouldn't think I hope he'd be smart enough not to. I mean, if I sent it to somebody in private, that's where I expect it to be as a grown adult.
That's why I keep saying scorned.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why
they would not bring it up. They would not bring it up.
But see, that's my point, and that's why I like to show the difference. Like if I send it to you in private, even if I say it to you in private, as an adult,
what would you want it for?
Be in private.
Is this for a collection?
Right, but if you holding it and then gonna show it later, it's like then you're not an adult. Duh, you're an immature child. Duh, you
either that. It was just a pretty dick motherfucker. That's
right. I mean,
they just need to stop because they don't think full circle.
No,
how it makes them look in the end.
In the end, how it makes them look, and then the outcome of all that you do. While you're doing it, all it does is if you want to try to detract people from me, or even coming over here and experiencing what I have to give, then why would you do that? Because when you do that, all you do is expose me, and then it heightens everything else that you want to try to diminish. But again, because you cannot dim a light. You can't. Whether you like it or not, it is what it is. I can't help it.
You say a dick always burns brightly.
That's it.
All right, that's enough dick talk for tonight. I'm all dicked out.
Good dick. Good dick. Good dick always shines bright. It's that bad shit that you can't. Who worries? Who cares? Who cares about that?
Or for Lenti cannon.
Yes, it's the bright cannons that shine in the bright.
That sounds like a Christmas story.
Yes, it is. The night before the cannon. 'Twas the night before cannon. And all through the house.
Oh my God. Yeah. Hey TC, how you doing?
TC, how are you? Woo! But that's enough. All right. Yeah. So, on that note, check out the movie In the Dark, the series In the Dark. It's cool. Dark. It's Netflix. Watch. Definitely interesting. So we can talk about it later. Lenti, yes, cannons, baby. Yes, all that. All right. Now, let's see. Any final thoughts? Because I don't have any. I
don't have any. I'm all laughed out.
I'm all final thoughts out. All right. So, in other words, thank you all for coming through. Of course, as always. Thank you for any new subscribers. If you're watching this on replay, or if you joined in and you were listening in the luscious.
Hit that subscribe button. What about 200? About 200 away from 2,000? No, about 170.
Like 170 something. Yeah,
that'd be nice for holidays.
Right. Thank you. Right. Exactly. So if you thinking,
pimp yourself. But you have been pimping yourself.
Right. What to give Christian for Christmas? The best thing you could give me for Christmas and all this kind of holiday wishness is 2,000 subscribers. So, if you know someone who knows someone who is
just tell them to hit that subscribe link. They definitely won't be disappointed if they want to.
Looking for a very merry Dickmas. I'm your guy. I am your guy. Oh no, let me stop. But no, that would be a great Christmas gift. If you was looking for, what can I give the illustrious, captivating Christian for Christmas? It is
pimping hard tonight.
Yeah, you're definitely pimping hard tonight. Hey, it's the brown, and not only the brown, it's the Hennessy. So you definitely.
Okay.
So, yes, and this show has been brought to you by Hennessy. But the best thing you could do is definitely, I'm just trying to get to 2K. So definitely, your support will definitely be very much needed. So, if you know someone that don't really know, like, hey, you should check out this channel. If you aren't subscribing, you've been here, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. We do great things here. We have a lot of fun, and we do talk about issues that affect us all. And, as the holidays approach.
And if you haven't noticed, we have been keeping it kind of light.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to bum everybody out and this shit gets hard. Because there's always some foolishness.
It is.
It gets real hard.
It is. Got that white bitch waiting in the wings. I can't wait to watch her trial. The district attorney that was trying to cover up Ahmaud Arbery's death. Lord knows I can't wait to get to her. But it's Christmas, so I'm trying to be light. But yeah, definitely thank you all for hanging out and participating with me, and just kind of taking me in for yourselves. I do understand that a lot of people have a lot of things to say, and they're going to say them, and I don't feel no type of way about them saying them, because it's what they do. But I appreciate you all for taking the time out for yourself to come and check me out and get to know me for yourselves, and that part, much respect and definitely much love. And with that said, that's it. I can only say, please moisturize, wear your mask.
Keep your head on the swivel. Be aware of what's going on.
Please.
Around you.
Please, please, please.
And if you have any questions, send it to...
if you have any questions, please send it to my email. If you follow me on Instagram, which is Captivating Christian, You can DM me there. Some people do, or you can DM the CCNTV 2. You can DM that as well if you have any questions. No phone calls because no, we ain't doing that. What else? Yeah, that's it. Like, just really, if you have a question, whatever it is, I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of some fun stuff too, and I do share it on my Instagram. But I do get a lot of questions about people asking about my thoughts and what's going on in the political climate, and I'm okay with that, as well as regular questions. It's not, I'm not that kind of.
It is politics and wellness.
Right. It all matters. You know what I'm saying? It all.
Now, we're not professionals.
Right.
We're normal people.
I'm not right. Like I'm not a
with
I'm not a medical
normal
professional.
opinions. So
Right. That
just strive to help our people. That's all.
That's it. That's all. And that's what it's about, and that's what it should be about. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all right to have fun, but the main objective is to make sure we're helping each other, because we all we got, as the saying goes.
Definitely about that.
Yeah,
definitely right about that. We's all we got.
We's all we got, sir. So on that note,
all right, Dickmas, everybody.
Yes, very much so. I think we may have another one right before it, but if we don't, I think we should. So I'll save it for them. But if I don't see some of you come the next time, have a very merry and blessed Dickmas Christmas, and yeah, wishing you peace, love, joy, and all that good stuff. All right. And to everyone, thank you so much. Have a great night. God bless. And until the next time, peace out.
Hang on for 5.
Yes.